real, but instead, it's just going to be Jhin.
I do kind of like the Jhin here. I think the Jhin works well with Maokai in particular. I think that's one of those high stakes Jhin games as well.
Yeah.
So Samver playing it, you know, Samver's nice, quite solid
here, but it does put Palu in an awkward spot. That is one place where, well, that's a nice little stun. He's going to push him into the turret, but actually Faker's in a lot of trouble. The solo kill again as Karis will go down and has to use his flash to do it, but he gets that extra 100 gold right now.
Yeah.
I can see it. Look. It's happening. Now, Youngjae's going to find the boar and Sejuani. As, yeah, Owner's just 1v2 right now, and he's in a bit of trouble. They want to try to turn this. Nice knock-up, but Owner's just so low. The flash over the wall, the Q gets it done, as Owner does not respect the 2v1. And now Faker's in a lot of trouble himself. He has to flash, so there goes your flash advantage.
Take a big hit. Because if the Jax is picked, like, because the Jax was picked third, right? First rotation on blue side. So
yeah. Unfortunately, Bro have also decided that top lane is not real. And but it is! Yeah, Morgan's dead. He does have flash, so maybe he can flash out of this one, but the Hop has larger range, and there's the Counter-Strike flash on in from Owner, and the Boomerang gets the job done. So the inevitable punish that we were talking about, that you called Chronicler, does come through. On top of the CS, he does have one sword, so that's better than nothing, I guess. Looks like T1 are going to take down 5 Grubs, unless Karis and Palu can say something about it. Here they come, but the Mega Gnar timing is also going to go down, but now the engage comes in from Keria. Here's another wall, and Palu is in a lot of trouble as he has to flash away, but the knockup is going to catch Karis out of midair. The turn, trying to come out, though. Karis pushing forward, jumping into everybody. He does get the kill, and he jumps away. Karis able to make it happen. Only Palu has gone down. As now Morgan trying to be relevant, and I think, unfortunately, the timer has run out on this fight as Zeus is going to come in, and there's the knockup from Keria as well. And the Gnar is too strong. It was looking so good, but eventually the fight went too long.
Yes,
and
this Gnar is a real raid boss. We'll see if BRION can, at the very least, get a second dragon. It would be big.
Uh-oh. Oh, the smite is good. It's early from Owner, and Youngjae keeps his cool, is able to hold on to it. We got Ocean Soul in this game.
Ooh, okay. That'll help. Faker could. Yeah, well, does he really? I know he isn't, you know, his screen isn't gray, but
yeah.
We gotta talk about other stuff. I'm getting bummed out. This every top laner knows this feeling.
Well, we have a cleanse flash from Samver. So he does get away, as Keria was just very menacingly is going to commit to the Rift Herald. You just had your top laner TP out of this one, and Zeus has his TP. So
there he comes.
Now Guma is in here, and the turn is coming in, but the Rakan play is fantastic. Is it enough to save Owner? As, that Blasco not going to help him, actually, as Karis, he is on something today, and the shots from the Jhin are so big from Samver. As now we do have Zeus, he is isolated, and they get the shutdown onto Morgan as well. Bro are coming back, they call the bluff of T1.
That's a game-saving fight, Feldes, because you get the shutdown onto Morgan of all people, and the call from BRION is actually really good, because if T1 actually has Zeus there for the entirety of that fight, you're never ever winning it. But what happens is they pull the trigger, they go for the engage. T1 isn't ready. If they can get one more of those fights, though, it might be looking a little bit better, but yeah, I think they have to give this up. With the members' advantage there, we do see Samver is on his way, but doesn't have the ultimate just yet, and he can't walk for this jungle. This is T1 territory.
Well, it's going to be Guma getting engaged on, as Palu wants to deny the T1 territory, as now we got TPs coming in here. Guma in a lot of trouble. He's not able to Featherstorm until the very last moment, but the pullback is huge. It doesn't matter. Karis is on the hunt once again, charging into multiple members, as down will go Faker.
They're doing it!
And Morgan, he's got another Counter-Strike. He's going to live, bro. They're winning another fight, down 3K, as the hit here from Youngjae is huge. He stays alive, but the Mega Gnar not going to be enough. Karis is just going off in this one. Karis and Samver, they sub in for game number 2. They shut it down in game number 3 as well, and bro, they're still behind, but they're...
I think maybe once this mid lane turret falls, it'll be relatively even, but if they can get the Ocean's Soul point on this next play, ultimates are going to be up. would be really, really big.
Absolutely.
Still 2K gold down. I mean,
they've won 2 fights. One was down 5K, the other one was down 2K, essentially.
Yeah, you're right, Valdez.
3K. And, you know, T1 still haven't fought on their terms yet. So let's see how this one looks as the ult goes straight into Youngjae. That's not going to be good. A lot of damage being thrown into Palu. Those are not the right targets for T1, but Palu eventually does get low. The steal on the Dragon as well. And Youngjae is low himself. A lot of low health bars here on the side of T1. Faker going to be isolated. And now the forced Featherstorm as well from Semver onto Guma. As meanwhile, Youngjae trying to go 1v2 against Keria and Zeus, not really working out, but Karis once again unchecked, and the frontliner that is Morgan is huge as another hop comes in. Karis looking to take down Guma and Owner, not going to be able to, but does push them away.
Oh, and the gold lead remains about the same, even though the kill trade favorable for BRION. They are going to get this mid lane turret now, finally. And the bros are doing it, look at the fan.
From person to person and getting 1 million assists. Like, he's not getting kills, which is kind of funny, but he's just unchecked. And Semver, there's no engage on him either, as now maybe an opportunity here for T1 as Palu a bit out of position. Youngjae being chased as well, as Palu might just have to be left here as a sacrifice. The wall does come down, and Palu not even going to flash. So down goes the bro supports. As T1 now, they're not going to be asking twice. They're just going to go for the Baron.
Yeah, big thing here is that they also used a lot of cooldowns. Semver does have his ultimate. I think that Jhin ult is going to be big.
Oh, the flash on in. They want to isolate. Zeus says the Steric shield is massive, though, and now a huge Gnar ult is going to win this one for T1. You would imagine Morgan being chased down, and he will eventually go down as well. Semver still firing shots. Owner trying to block here. Faker still going to eat a bunch of damage. A lot of poke did go down onto T1. Even the sapling, you talked about this actually in the draft as well. That's not going to hit Youngjae, but Semver looks like he will be isolated and killed. So it does work out in the end for T1. And now they're going to start the back.
And T1, they take a beating, but they still come out on top. Zeus can be back in 10 seconds as well, as can Karis. Youngjae, crucially, he doesn't have an easy way in, doesn't have his flash available. I don't know if he can get a W off. I think they should be able to zone him away. The health bars are low, but I don't think it's going to matter. And T1 get the Baron. That should be enough to regain control of this game.
Very wonky, but this one looks very different from all the other fights where Karis doesn't get any CC on him and he's just jumping around. Speaking of which, in live, we have him being bullied, and down he will go. So T1, they find him, they save their CC for him, and Owner will make it happen.
The Magic Might have passed. BRION going to try and look for something here. No ult on Semver, though. So Youngjae just going for an ult to try and keep this mid lane turret alive for a little bit longer. If on the next wave, it is still going to drop. T1, all they needed was that one fight. Ends up being absolutely huge. One overstep. Crucially there as well as Faker actually a lot earlier on the TP. Could have been huge.
He wouldn't have the Sterics, he wouldn't live. And this is what happened afterwards. This is how Karis got caught. Just trying to trade with Zeus and a nice flash, but then eventually, you know, the rest of the squad against the 280 carries that are going to build crit. It's going to just feel amazing. And they've got Maokai for AP, which I know you hate.
I mean,
it's a little bit of Jax as well, you know.
Yeah, I mean, Jax can go Zhonya's 4th, but like that doesn't really do it. Yeah, that's not enough.
So Zeus is just unkillable, is the point. As now we do have this Maokai ultimate to be thrown in, and it doesn't do much. Not going to push them off of the inhibitor either.
Inventory already. Imagine he wants to look towards a Thorn Mail.
This is a very interesting fight as the Solar Flare goes very wide, and Morgan's dead, and so is Palu.
I guess that's just it.
Just not expecting
them to stay.
That can't be
how it ends.
Just not expecting them to stay, and they're like, hey, maybe they're here. Oh, we're dead. T1's wallets are very large at this point in time. As here comes the quickness. Karis will be caught this time around as the follow-up comes in, and Karis does hop away, but Owner also very tanky, and again, Zeus is unkillable. It looks like T1, they've had their fun tonight, but at the end of the day, they will just pick up the clean 2-1, nothing to see here, up against Bro. Eventually, maybe not right now, but looks like we're heading in that direction, guys.
Really does. Mid lane inhib goes down as well. T1 can just go back, set up an objective. These shots, I don't think we're gonna let Faker get hit. I think the reinforcement
is
nobody comes out unscathed.
Yeah, exactly. As now we're looking for the Gnar here once again, but Young Jay just unfortunately not that tanky. He's only got Warmogs and Eleandries. There's a lot of damages coming out actually from the 80 carries of Bro, but I feel like the wallets are just too heavy as now Faker gets into that backline and Karis eventually will be taken down by the Gnar. And here comes Zeus bouncing over that wall. The knockup will miss, but yeah, I'm just gonna throw an ult into the wind. Why not? That's what I would do.
It's a revitalized BRION, but it just isn't enough. T1, in the end, rely on their team fighting. Faker might die. I don't think it matters.
He's baiting them in. Samver just going to open up the curtains and immediately gets flashed on by Zeus. He's like, how dare you open the curtains against us? And it's not going to happen. We'll keep that room in darkness for now. Down will go the Nexus, and T1